Guys, welcome to Koi Academy. Guys, in this video, we'll be talking about a very important concept, and that is the difference between general sales tax or GST and value added tax or VAT. So, we'll be talking about the difference between the two, how these two operate, and we'll be talking each of this, that is sales tax and VAT, with an example. And this will clarify all your doubts about general sales tax and value added tax and how each is calculated and paid to the government. So watch till end and you will learn a lot from this video. So first of all, we will talk about sales tax, how it is charged and how it is paid. So in this picture you can see the diagrammatical illustration of sales tax. Here you can see first that the raw materials producer, for example, we are talking about chairs, and raw material producer is the producer of timber, wood from which chairs are made. So raw material producer sells $1 of timber to the manufacturer. So here he is just selling it for $1 and not charging any sales tax, because this is, remember, we are talking about general sales tax or sales tax and not value added tax. So sales tax is not charged at each stage, it is charged only at the end stage, as we will see in a minute. So producer sold to the manufacturer timber for $1. Manufacturer, of course, had to incur some cost to make the chairs, and he also kept some profit for himself. So he sold the chairs for $1.2 to the retailer. Remember, once again, the manufacturer will not charge the retailer any sales tax. Now comes the last stage. This is the stage when the retailer sells the good to the end consumer. So at this stage, the retailer will charge sales tax to the consumer. Remember, the retailer bought the chairs from the manufacturer for $1.2, and retailer will incur also some costs, for example the cost of the shop and all those. So, and after keeping his own profit margin, retailer decided to sell the chairs to the end consumer for $1.5, as you can see in this arrow over there. But he will not charge the customers for only $1.5. What he will do is that he will also charge sales tax to the consumers. He will charge sales tax, suppose, at the rate of 10%, and 10% of $1.5 is 0.1%. So he will invoice the consumer for $1.65, which is essentially $1.5 plus $0.15. Now, what the consumer will pay, of course, the retailer $1.65 for the chairs. Now the retailer will keep with himself only $1.5. The excess of $0.15, that is the sales tax, he will deposit it into the government treasury. The orange part of the bigger arrow and the orange part in between, which you can see $0.15. So retailer is not keeping any money with himself, nor is he paying any sales tax. Remember, sales tax is only paid by end consumer, and the end consumer is paying sales tax of $0.15. And when the retailer is receiving that $0.15, he is paying that $0.15 to the government. So retailer is only a collecting agent. He is only collecting sales tax on behalf of the government from the consumer. So this is the overall picture, as you can see, from producer to manufacturer to retailer to consumer. Now this was sales tax or general sales tax, as we talk about. The next scenario is about value added tax. So here this is a scenario of value added tax. Of course, I will discuss each stage in particular separately. So let's zoom in here. Remember, here the raw material producer sold some timber to manufacturer of chairs. Now in the previous example, that is in sales tax, the timber manufacturer or raw material manufacturer charged charged the manufacturer for $1. He did not charge any sales tax. But in this example, since it's a value addition tax, that is, sales tax is charged at each level of value addition, the raw material producer will also charge 10% sales tax. So the raw material producer will not charge him $1, but also $0.1 sales tax. So effectively, he will invoice the manufacturer for $1.1. But remember that excess $0.1 of VAT which the raw material producer collected from manufacturer, he will not keep it with himself. He will deposit as it is to the government treasury, as you can see the first orange highlighted arrow which is pointed downwards. So he collected $0.1 of sales tax from the manufacturer and deposited it to the government treasury. Now the next stage is that manufacturer bought the timber for $1.1, which included sales tax. Now manufacturer of course had to incur some cost in making the chairs, and just like in the previous example, he decided that after keeping profit margin for himself, he will sell the chairs for $0.12 to the retailer. But here the manufacturer will charge sales tax or value added tax because it's a VAT system, and 10% of $1.2 is $0.12. So if you add 1.2 with 0.12, it sums up to $1.32. So the manufacturer will sell the chairs to the retailer for $1.32. Here again, the manufacturer charged sales tax at the rate of $0.12, but he will not keep that with himself. He will deposit it to the government treasury, but only $0.02 and not $0.12, because remember, manufacturer is getting sales tax of $0.12 from the retailer, but manufacturer also paid in the previous step sales tax of $0.1 to the raw material producer. Now remember that manufacturer does not have to pay the sales tax. Sales tax burden has to be borne by the end consumer. Manufacturers are not liable to sales tax. So what the manufacturer will do is that he will pay further $0.02 to the government treasury, because previously he paid, that is the raw material producer charged $0.1 of sales tax from him. Now $0.1 plus $0.02 sums up to $0.12. So effectively manufacturer had paid entire $0.12 of sales tax to the government when he pays $0.02, because $0.12 of sales tax minus sales tax paid at previous stage, that is 0.1, the differential is 0.02. So this is the tax which the manufacturer will deposit to the government treasury, because he had already paid sales tax of $0.1. Now that the manufacturer sold the goods to the retailer for $1.32, retailer will of course incur some expenses, and he will keep a profit margin for himself, and he will sell the goods to the end consumers for $1.5. But here again the retailer will charge sales tax at the rate of 10%. So 10% of $1.5 is 0.15 cents. So ultimately the consumer will have to pay 1.5 plus 0.1 cents equal to $1.65. But here again the retailer will not pay the entire $0.15 to the government treasury, but he will pay only $0.03 to the government treasury, because remember in the previous step, here you can see he already paid $0.12 in sales tax, which he was not liable to. So he already paid 0.12, so now he will only have to pay $0.03, and the sum of the tax, total sum of the sales tax which the retailer paid to the government treasury effectively was $0.15, as this calculation shows. So here if we see that the total tax paid to the government in this value added tax situation was $0.1 was paid in the first step, $0.02 in the second step, and $0.03 in the third step. So ultimately $0.15 was paid to the government treasury, and see in the last stage here that the retailer collected $0.15 of sales tax from the consumer. So ultimately consumer is paying $0.15 of sales tax, but it is paid in bits and pieces. Here $10 is paid when the raw material producer is supplying timber to the manufacturer, $0.02 is being paid when the manufacturer is supplying goods to the retailer, and $0.03 is paid when the retailer is supplying goods to the consumer. So total tax paid is $0.15 to the government. But in the previous scenario where sales tax is applicable, or general sales tax, here also total tax paid to the government is $0.15, but all of it is paid at the last stage, that is it is paid to the government by the retailer. So I hope this example clarified your concepts about sales tax and general sales tax, general sales tax versus value added tax. What were the key differences between the two, and how each regime of sales tax, that is general sales tax and value added tax, are being administered. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you.